Okay, now that we are live, we can simply go ahead and announce the stream to the people, and then we will start. Let me just copy the link. There we go. Boom. People have been notified. Now first, let me check if this is still good. No, it isn't. Okay. I love stages. Okay, this is working again. Now we can simply head over to Twitch. I like this tiny break because it gives at least like some people some time to maybe potentially arrive. They notice, you know. Automatic audio, let me just lower that to none. And here we are. So PES 2016 is gonna be the host for both of our games. And the first one, well, first of all, we're doing Group E, which is quite a tough group. But we're gonna have Spain facing off against Costa Rica. Now, of course, who is the big favorites? You know very well who's the big favorite. Superstar, 20 minutes, that's the time. First, we just have to quickly set these up with automatic subs and automatic offside settings. Okay, and well, we can just start as soon as the clock hits 15:55 here in the beginning. Spain, Costa Rica. I really hope it gets snowing one day. That would be incredibly funny. Snowing weather. It's random, so it's technically possible. Low Adam battle, true. The clock gonna hit 15:55. Do I care if the clock hits 15:55? It did. Okay, so here we go. So the first match in Group E is gonna be Spain versus Costa Rica. Now, looking at this group on paper, you can very, very easily make a prediction. It is quite easy. Spain, Germany, Costa Rica, and Japan. It is incredibly easy to simply just go ahead and predict that Spain and Germany will go through. Costa Rica and Japan, they're quite, I mean, they're not bad sides by any terms, but they are, of course, not quite the best. Why does it say there's only one viewer? Don't ask me. And then basically, they will give out a fight. Costa Rica and Japan, they can give out a fight. And while Spain and Germany, they are, of course, the big favorites here. They are choking any one match against either Costa Rica or Japan is gonna be very, very, very bad. So basically, yeah, Spain is gonna play a 4-2-2-2. Name that you would expect: Morata, Busquets, Ramos. And meanwhile, Costa Rica is gonna play a 4-3-2-1. Of course, the name you would expect, kind of a Christmas tree looking formation with Navas and goal. Beware of him, he's always very good, no matter the day. And I'm done. And I'm done. So we're gonna restart the game. Don't okay, you can clip that if you want. So yeah, don't mind me being incredibly smart and not turning on manager mode like an absolute gamer that I am. Okay, so absolutely gigantic brain move. Let's hope I activate this time. We're not watching all of this again, by the way. We're not doing that. Okay. Let's skip all of these animations. And we begin Spain versus Costa Rica for real this time at the San Siro of Qatar. Start off. So again, any points gained by Costa Rica, if Spain or Germany choke, that would be incredibly massive. They're of course not expected to, but it's quite possible. Costa Rica keep the ball. Nearly passed it over to Brian Ruiz. Over losing the ball. Spain now with Santi Cazorla. Gets it over to Morata. Morata to Santi Cazorla. David Silva. Campbell. Ida eyes through. He got it over to Pedro Rodriguez, who loses the ball. Costa Rica having their first true spell of possession after that little thing a little bit ago. The Gonzalez to Bors. To Gamboa. Top to Venegas, passes it over to Campbell, who loses the ball. Look, you can just say that we had a technical difficulty. So here, Juan Fran for Spain. Starts to run to the flank. Silva gets it over to Juan Fran successfully. Dribbling time. Passes it over to Pedro Rodriguez. Keeps the ball. Oh, Navas dives for it. Not every goalkeeper would be able to save that. Anyway, immediately to Pedro Rodriguez. Spain does not falter any bit to a save. Pedro Rodriguez gets the ball very safely, gets a nice touch on it, and simply heads it down the bottom right corner. Navas, no chance to save it. And Spain lead things. Very, very bad throw there from the Navas there. I mean, a Costa Rican player's defender is mostly at fault. But here, Pedro completely free. Gets it down the bottom right. You could call for offside, but not quite. And then Spain is now officially leading 1-0. Not much has been done here from Costa Rica, and they're already behind. As Spain simply with the dominating play. Silva, Busquets, Santi Cazorla. Still to Alba, Santi Cazorla. To Pedro Rodriguez, still immediately. Spain again. David Silva, immediately. Navas saves that. Not the best shot in the world. But the fact that Spain nearly doubled their lead within 8 minutes would have been really bad for Costa Rica. They can still tie it up though. Tries to pass it over to Campbell. They do not understand. Fabregas. Santi Cazorla to Alba. Fabregas. Gets it over to Alvaro Morata to Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla manages to get it over to Fabregas. A bit too wide. Costa Rica get the ball back. So here, it's really hard to tell what Costa Rica's plan of action is, because Spain's pressing has just been insanely high, so we've not really seen much of it at play. We do see Brian Ruiz on the ball now. Gets immediately tackled. We do not see Brian Ruiz on the ball now. Spain now with Fabregas. Every team has had at least some trouble. There's not been a team that's outright dominated 100%, so you might never know. Spain doing the passing play. Jordi Alba. Over to Santi Cazorla, to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba gets it straight over to Alvaro Morata. Headed away by Costa Rica still. Alvaro Morata gets it over to Pedro Rodriguez. Gets it over to Silva. Tackled away by a Costa Rican player. Have a corner here. Fabregas is going to take it. Fabregas hits it over. Busquets cannot quite get the ball. Costa Rica keeps it safely with Gonzalez. Gonzalez run, nearly getting tackled. Venegas. Costa Rica on the counter at Campbell. Campbell keeps it. Gets it to Gonzalez back. Tries to pass it back to Campbell, loses the ball, and it's straight over to Alvaro Morata, who cannot quite get a shot on it. Navas has to clear it away onto a throw-in. Jesus Christ, that was close. Spain are gonna head it straight over to Pedro Rodriguez, who nearly get here. Alvaro Morata to Busquets. Sends it over to Santi Cazorla. Can he grab the ball? Not quite. Spain are now losing the ball. Danny Gonzalez is probably a character from Nick Crompton show. Now we have it's Campbell to Cubero. Sends it straight over to Brian Ruiz on the flank. Unexpected play. Can Spain head that? They can actually. Alba nearly gets a bad touch on that, and they get. I'm not banning you for swear. You can swear here. Santi Cazorla to Pedro Rodriguez. Fabregas. Spain again. They're playing a possession game, which should not be surprising in the slightest. Spain are the team of possession. Have you seen them in real life? We have. David Silva. Gets it over to Pedro Rodriguez successfully. Pedro Rodriguez loses the ball to Miller. Miller loses the ball back. Morata to Fabregas. Fabregas shoots it. Quite off. Spain have not let Costa Rica get a single little bit of possession. Incredibly high pressing. I have not given you mod because gaming. Now have Navas. Sends it over to Venegas. Venegas loses the... Not true. Gonzalez. I mean, he did lose the ball, but Spain passed it right back to another Costa Rican player. Venegas this time does actually lose the ball, and it's back to Spain. 20 minutes of complete Spain. Costa Rica have only tried to cross it. Now Busquets. Santi Cazorla to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba gets it over to Morata. The Costa Rican defense is nowhere to be found. They were found alive at the 21st minute. We pass it over. It's a throw-in for Costa Rica. Pretty smart play. Now Borges. Who? Can he keep the ball? He can. Tries to pass it down to Campbell. Campbell to Venegas. Venegas not going to keep the ball. David Silva gets it over to Pedro Rodriguez. Spain once again gets it over to Alvaro Morata. Barely headed away by the Costa Rican defense. And then Costa Rica once again earned themselves a throw-in by simply yeeting it onto a Spanish player. Venegas. Costa Rica desperately try to get something. They're only losing by 1 goal. However, it feels like so much more. As Venegas tries to pass and immediately gets tackled away. Busquets. Busquets. Juan Fran. It's David Silva to Busquets. Santi Cazorla. Jordi Alba. Half of the first half is already passed. And we only see 1-0 for Spain. Gets it over to Pedro Rodriguez. Sends it over to David Silva successfully. David Silva keeps it. Passes it up to Pedro Rodriguez. To Busquets. Oh! Hard to feel like he could have definitely done better there. It wasn't an easy shot, but it definitely looked doable for Busquets there. Spain 5 shots on target. 2-0. Cubero gets it over to Brian Ruiz. Can Brian Ruiz get it? He can. It's a Costa Rican attack. Sends it over to Campbell. Oh my god, that was a wonderful opportunity. That's just barely off. And Costa Rica, when they seemed the most dead, they nearly tied it up. However, they have not quite. Very, very, very close there. Costa Rica definitely going to be mad about that. They don't get many opportunities, so they have to take advantage of the ones they do get. However, Spain again playing their game. Santi Cazorla to Alvaro Morata. Morata. Alba sends it over to Morata. Can he grab the ball? He can. Shoots it. Oh, that's a wonderful goal. And nearly as Costa Rica ties it up, Spain decides that it's time to get the kill shot. Morata scores the 2-0 for Spain. And with that, Costa Rica are now losing 2-0. Deservedly, to be honest. Spain have played very well. Morata does not even get a touch on the ball first. He just slams it straight into the bottom right corner. A very good show of skill there from Morata. Navas not able to save that due to the speed. And with that, Spain are leading 2-0. I'm not saying that Costa Rica does not have a chance. Costa Rica has like what? Costa Rica has over 70 minutes of time to play here. But it is quite rough. Spain has currently not given them any opportunities, except one actually. Except the one time where they nearly got a shot on target, but it was barely off. Santi Cazorla now with Busquets. Busquets to David Silva. David Silva to Juan Fran. Juan Fran loses the ball. Venegas for Costa Rica to Campbell successfully. Campbell managed to get it over to Diaz in the back. Diaz tries to run on the flank. Loses the ball to David Silva. And David Filson to Pedro Rodriguez to Busquets. Busquets to Morata. Morata it's over to Pedro Rodriguez. Passing play. Tries to get it over. Hits a Costa Rican player and leaves the pitch. It's a corner now. Fabregas is going to take it. Time to head it over. Pedro Rodriguez does not quite do it. And now Spain still keeps it over with Jordi Alba to Santi Cazorla. It's all Spain here in this match. Jordi Alba gets it over to Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla does not quite cross it. David Silva in the middle fakes it. Silva quickly runs back. High pressing. Not very high pressing, but pressing in from here. Alvaro Morata. Can he keep the ball? He can. Alvaro Morata gets down to David Silva. To Santi Cazorla. To David Silva! Navas has to clutch out of save so that Costa Rica do not go 30 minutes, but 30 minutes. They go 3-0 behind. We now have Costa Rica with Brian Ruiz to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Borges. Borges to Campbell. Campbell. Costa Rican counter immediately stopped by Spain, and with Pedro Rodriguez now in the attack to Alvaro Morata, cannot quite keep the ball. It is back to Costa Rica. That was got a save before you joined, I think. Borges gets it over to Campbell. Oh, damn. Oh, but the Spanish goalie Casillas will leave and will kick the ball out before any true danger. Campbell to Venegas. Venegas does not quite. It's back to Spain now with Pedro Rodriguez. Sergio Busquets. So it's up to Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla to Busquets. Gets over to Pedro Rodriguez. It is still all Spain. Juan Fran to Busquets. Busquets to David Silva. David Silva takes it slow on the passing play. Pedro Rodriguez gets it over to Alvaro Morata. Pedro Rodriguez shoots it. Easy save from Navas. They didn't even have to save it, but he decided to. Now the Spanish goal here is Casillas, I'm pretty sure. There we have Costa Rica now. Gets it over. Campbell does not quite get the ball. It's back to Spain another day. Fabregas. Santi Cazorla. Busquets. Busquets. Fabregas. So Alba. Spain doing a lot of the same strategy. Getting in a triangle, just passing between it until you find a space. But Spain is incredibly good at doing that. David Silva gets it over to Morata. Morata to Pedro Rodriguez. Pedro Rodriguez. She dribbles, tries to dribble. Gets it over to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba to Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla to Alvaro Morata. What is the problem here? I don't know. It is a foul. That's an interesting free kick from Spain there, actually. As Costa Rica feeding. It could be a shot, it could be a cross. What will Fabregas do? Fabregas. Oh, it's in the middle to Morata. Nobody finds that. Goal kick for Navas. Pass and pass actually don't make much sense. We do move on here with Cabero. Gonzalez now to Campbell. Campbell. And down to Gonzalez. Gonzalez sends it straight over to Campbell again. Campbell tries that, heads it down to Venegas. David Silva's got it. Nearly an incredible play from Costa Rica. However, Campbell gets tackled away, so there's not much he could do. He was busy fighting with someone with PK. Brian Ruiz is Borges now on the ball. to Gamboa. Gamboa to Brian Ruiz. Costa Rica tries to attack at the end of the first half here. Time is pretty much over. They lose the ball. And we're done with the first half. Spain is currently leading 2-0. Costa Rica have had a singular chance while Spain have had 0-2 or more. 8 shots to 1, 5 on target to 0, 61% possession. Insane play here from the Spanish. There is an entire half to go here for Costa Rica. However, will they be able to use this to their advantage here with Borges now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez loses the ball immediately. It's Spain. Busquets. Santi Cazorla to Busquets. Santi Cazorla to Busquets. To Fabregas. To Santi Cazorla to Ramos. To Fabregas. To Alba. To Morata. Morata moves on. He gets it over to Santi Cazorla. Tries to get it over to Pedro Rodriguez. Loses the ball. Gamboa. Straight over to Campbell. Campbell cannot hit it. It's back to Spain with Fabregas to Alba to Busquets. Again, Costa Rica, the main thing they just have to do is not get absolutely demolished by the Spanish pressing and keep the ball. But that's very tough. Because Spain will press you until you are literally become a piece of melted cheese. Now Pedro Rodriguez sends it straight over to Alvaro Morata, headed away by Costa Rica. Now Venegas to Miller. Venegas, Costa Rica tries to keep the ball here with Cabrera to Diaz to Campbell. Campbell does not quite keep the ball. It's back to Spain with Pedro Rodriguez, sends it over. Alvaro Morata. Morata shoots! Not the best shot. He did need to dribble 2 players a singular second before the shot. It is not quite... It is quite a fair miss, but again, you would expect players like Morata to do better there. Actually, you do not expect players like Morata to do better there, but maybe in 2016 you would. 9 shots to 1. Gonzalez sends it over to Campbell. Campbell to Borges. Borges to Brian Ruiz on the flank. Brian Ruiz sends it over to Campbell. Campbell not even close to reaching Campbell. It's back to Spain. David Silva. Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla to Jordi Alba. Santi Cazorla. David Silva. Spain again with the triangle plays. They are moving forward now with Juan Fran. Santi Cazorla. Cazorla tries to dribble. Successfully dribble. Santi Cazorla to Pedro Rodriguez. To Santi Cazorla to Pedro Rodriguez. Loses the ball to Costa Rica now. They try to counter, however, again, immediately you can tell 3 Spanish players are on the ball at once. They do keep the ball now. Tries to pass it over to Venegas. Does not go quite well. Accuracy in passes also not being Costa Rica's thing. Well, that is definitely Spain's thing. You can say that. It is now Morata. Sends it over to Busquets. Hits a Costa Rican player and back to Costa Rica with Campbell. Gets it over back to Borges. Borges loses the ball. Spain now. Santi Cazorla to Fabregas. Juan Fran. Once again back to Spain. Spain have literally just been playing their game. It's not going quite well as the Costa Rican pressing seems to have gone slightly higher. But Spain have just done everything they have to, which is pass well like they do, and we move on. Alvaro Morata. David Silva does not quite reach him. It's Costa Rica now. Passes it over to Campbell. Only hits Juan Fran. Nearly no possession for Costa Rica as usual. It is still only Spain with Pedro Rodriguez to Alvaro Morata. Morata tries to dribble, shoots more. Morata scores the 3-0 for Costa Rica and his second goal of the match. And Navas nearly saves that. Howard, he cannot deviate that ball enough. It still finds its way in. Morata simply gets over. You could call that off for offside. He shoots. Again, he hits the ball. However, it does not quite reach out of the post. It still goes in. Well, I knew from Navas, it's such a hard save. Morata did a shot with such incredible strength and with such an angle. However, he could have saved that. It is quite true. But Morata makes it 3-0 for Spain against Costa Rica. Costa Rica, who have so far had one opportunity the entire game, now have 30 minutes to get 3 of them to go in the net. Borges to Campbell, Campbell to Gamboa, Gamboa over to Campbell, Campbell to Borges, Borges to Brian Ruiz, Brian Ruiz to Cubero, Cubero takes straight up Spanish player, Brian Ruiz still, Campbell does not quite reach Casillas. Has had a lot of those going out. That doesn't happen very often. However, he's had to go out to get the ball 3 times, as all Costa Rican attacks have just been a little bit wide. Santi Cazorla now. Santi Cazorla gets the ball off. It is a throw-in for Costa Rica. Borges. Gamboa, Gamboa. It over to Diaz, David Silva. Will he get it? No, he can't. He still lands into PKs. Gets over with Fabregas. David Silva. Juan Fran. Yeah, he is talking to me. Jordi Alba, Santi Cazorla, Spain again, passing play. They only need to pass. Pedro Rodriguez, however, tries to dribble, does not quite. Keeps on with David Silva though. Juan Fran. Everything Spain needs to do is just keep the ball. Pass it straight over to Fabregas. Navas kicks it away. Still to Spain now with Santi Cazorla. Alba nearly loses the ball. Juan Fran to Pedro Rodriguez. Loses the ball. It's back to Costa Rica. They have like what, 24 minutes? Only a few more minutes and Spain can call themselves winners. Cubero with Campbell. Campbell loses the ball. With a solid tackle from Spain. Fabregas down to Jordi Alba. Alba to Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla to Fabregas. Busquets. David Silva. David Silva to Juan Fran. Again, possession game here from Spain. Just to confirm themselves winner. Santi Cazorla. Very tired Santi Cazorla. He's done a lot. Jordi Alba. To Ramos. To Jordi Alba. Morata. Pedro Rodriguez gets it down to Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla sends it over to Santi Cazorla. Dead tired. Can Costa Rica get the ball? They can. Gonzalez now to Campbell. Campbell gets it over to Gonzalez. Not quite. Spain. That's the main problem. Costa Rica have nearly had chances. They've just always gone a little bit wide, and Casillas has been able to get them, as always. Costa Rica nearly getting the ball here with Santi Cazorla to Jordi Alba. While the game Spain play might not be amazing, you can definitely say that it works. It is a functional play style. Campbell. Cubero gets it over to Venegas on the flank. He can't grab the ball. The problem will persist as Vitolo enters in for Santi Cazorla. It is against Costa Rica, but of course, Costa Rica can still do you damage. It's not like Costa Rica are dead weight. Venegas cannot quite keep the ball. Vitolo to Busquets. Busquets to Vitolo. Vitolo to Juan Fran. Juan Fran. Pedro Rodriguez to David Silva, playing on the flank this time with Pedro Rodriguez and David Silva losing the ball to Cubero. Cubero getting tackled on by both of them. Keeps it with Gonzalez, now to Diaz. Sends it over Campbell, sends it over to Venegas. Venegas on the flank, he keeps the ball. Venegas, could he cross it in? Could he? Gets it over to Borges. Oh, that's slightly off. He tried something too incredible for his grade, and it goes quite off. It looked quite incredible though. However, it wasn't even close to the goal. Painful mistake here for Costa Rica, as they cannot do any of those. That Costa Rica, the Spanish fans are already celebrating. I mean, 14 minutes remain. PK. 14 minutes for 3 goals is quite unlikely. Spain. Fabregas. David Silva. Juan Fran. Juan loses the ball. Cabero now. Cabero to Campbell. Campbell tries to keep the ball, cannot quite. Spain gets it with 10 minutes remaining. I'm pretty sure even I can call it quits for Costa Rica here. Busquets to Pedro Rodriguez. Fabregas. Pedro Rodriguez to Juan Fran. Juan Fran loses the ball. Cabero now. Cabero, can he dribble? He cannot dribble. Busquets. Pedro Rodriguez. Spain gets still more chances. Tries to get it over to Vitolo. Doesn't quite. Costa Rica with Campbell. Campbell to Brian Ruiz. Can he reach it? No, it will only reach Casillas. Once again, Casillas has done quite well for himself. He don't have to do anything difficult, however, he's done everything he has to with absolute perfection. Spain now. Juan Fran. Juan Fran keeps the ball. Gets attacked by Venegas. Now Venegas. Can he keep the ball? Passes it back to Miller. 7 minutes. Gets it straight over to Diaz. Juan Fran's way ahead of him though. And it's back to Spain with PK. Juan Fran to Busquets. Busquets. Juan Fran. Busquets to Pedro Rodriguez to Silva. No matter how much Costa Rica try, they can't quite get the ball. Cabero though. Now with Campbell. Campbell tries to get it down and they immediately lose the ball. Spain will not give out an opportunity for Costa Rica anymore. 4 minutes remain. Vitola runs past everyone. Tries to get it over to Morata on the flank. Loses the ball. Cabero sends it straight over to Campbell on the flank. Can he get that? Can he get that? No, we only find PK. Juan Fran to Busquets. Busquets to Vitola. Vitola to Pedro Rodriguez. 3 minutes remain for Spain to be crowned absolute winners of this match. Probably the most decisive victory yet. David Silva to Pedro Rodriguez. Gets it over to Alvaro Morata. Tries to get tackles away. Not quite. Gets it over to Pedro Rodriguez. He simply doesn't shoot. Not sure what was up with that. Pedro Rodriguez does not even try to shoot at the target. He just runs. And Navas saves it. Borges. Gets it over to Brian Ruiz. Borges. Yeah, Brian Ruiz. It is a throw-in for Spain. 2 substitutions in attack for Costa Rica here with 1 minute to go. Vitola. Costa Rica just tackle it. It's another throw in for Spain. It's Ramos. Fabregas to Busquets. Busquets, David Silva. David Silva, Juan Fran. Only 30 seconds remain. We're pretty much done. Costa Rica doesn't get the ball right now. They do actually, but the ref calls a foul. He does not call time. He calls a foul. Somehow that's a foul. And Spain are going to have a free kick at the last second. David Silva. You cast it down to Juan Fran. Juan Fran to Busquets. Busquets. Busquets gets it over to Pedro Rodriguez. Can they keep the ball? They can't. Will the ref give more time? They won't. Spain wins 3-0 against Costa Rica in the most decisive win in this tournament by a mile. No chances for Costa Rica. They had 2 shots the entire game. Spain had 10, 65% of possession, 6 to 0 on target. Morata man of the match. He scored twice. Want to know details? These are the 3 goals. These were the substitutions. These were the ratings that we already checked, and these were the statistics. But, reminder, we are not done yet. We're gonna immediately switch over to another PES match, which is gonna be Germany versus Japan. We're gonna quickly announce it. The match has been announced. And now, I'm pretty sure we can move on to the match. So, well, after Spain, Costa Rica, we're gonna have a match that, well, it's closer. We have Germany against Japan here. Go, trainer mode. I'm not forgetting it this time. Remember, Superstar 20 minutes, as always. Game scheme, we're just gonna edit these as always. Okay. And then we can begin. Okay. So, Germany versus Japan. Immediately after Spain getting a 3-0 win on Costa Rica definitely does a lot. It does a lot for this match. We're at the Estadio do Maracanã of Qatar. Look, they speak Brazilian there. Brazilian. They don't speak Portuguese. They speak Brazilian. Their language, their original language that they speak in Qatar. So now, Germany versus Japan. What to expect? Well, again, Germany are big favorites to win it, of course. Japan are still, they're always a strong side. You can always worry that Japan are gonna do well. Like, Japan can always give you an upset. Germany, however, would be very upset if they cannot win. And they need a big win if they want to get first in the group. I mean, Spain just won 3-0 to Costa Rica, which is an incredibly decisive win that no other country has gotten in this tournament at the moment. So it is quite tough. Germany, however, they are still very much able to pull off a result. Can they pull off a big result? Will Japan pull off an upset result? Even drawing this game would be absolutely huge for Japan, as it could give them hopes of qualifying. Now the German anthem. And of course for Costa Rica, for Costa Rica the main hope is always just for these two teams. Again, the best resource for everyone in the Spain-Costa Rica match would simply just be a draw here, because then Costa Rica could simply win the next match and be second, and Spain would have a safe first by over 2 points. But of course, Germany wants to win, Japan wants to win. Germany gotta get a 4-2-3-1 with the expected players: Neuer, Boateng, Kroos, Gundogan, Götze, Müller. Everyone you would expect. And Japan with the 4-2-3-1. Simple formation. And now we are about to begin the second match in Group E. Quite important, between Germany and Japan. We can begin now. You are never going to know how the Japanese are going to play. They can play in the crossing style. They can play in the building style. You will never know. Saudi Arabia playing the building style, and they're an Asian nation. Qatar are playing the crossing style. They're an Asian nation. You might never know. And Germany, will they pull a similar style? Spain, will they go more attacking, less attacking? Let's find out. Hector now to Gundogan, to Götze. Then they straight over to Hector. Hector nearly completely free immediately, and that's 1-0. Japan 0% of possession, and Germany are leading 1-0 with 100%, literally 100% of possession. Not a single Japanese ball touch. And Germany already cleared away Hector cleanly and shot it at the bottom right corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could really do. And with that, Germany is immediately leading, not allowing Japan to even play a little bit of football. However, since Japan haven't played football yet, it is hard to know if this is a dominance from Germany, or if it just Japan hasn't had a chance to dominate. Within 2-3 minutes, Germany are leading. And now it's Japan with their first possession of the game. 1-0 behind. Inui Heads it over the flank. There's no one really there. Tries to dribble. Gets it up to Sakai successfully. Sakai keeps the ball. It's Inui. Aoyama. Japanese attack. Kagawa. Gets it over to Honoa. Quite fast. However, Neuer reads that pretty well. And it goes. Still Japan now. Kono. Get over to Honda. Honda caught off for offside. That being offside and the goal not being offside again. PES offside rules are weird. Japanese people would definitely dispute that. We know we have Hungarian country names in the chat. Boateng for Germany as they build again. Muller getting high pressed on, keeping the ball now. Schweinsteiger. Gundogan to Kroos. To Schweinsteiger. To Boateng. Passing play. Muller gets it over to Götze successfully. It's Götze. Pretty free. Fakes. The faking is bad. Still lands in Gundogan. Gets it over to Schweinsteiger. Tries to do a throw 360 header into the bottom left corner. Does not succeed. Germany still keeps the ball. Now with Ozil. Ozil loses the ball and is back to Japan now. Uchida to Honda. Honda gets it down to Okazaki. Okazaki sends it over to Inui down. It only lands on the German defense, who sends it back to Neuer, who sends it to Gundogan. It's now Götze to Gundogan. Tries to get tackled away by Germany. Götze's completely free, and that's 2-0. Very unlucky Japanese tackles we've got here. Götze gets his first. The Japanese tackles, I mean, they very close to conceding, but every single one of them has landed back to a German player. And with that, Götze got completely cleared, and then shoots it at the bottom right corner with incredible speed. And then tackles. I mean, stuff like this. Like, that could have very much gone anywhere, but it went just straight back to Germany. Very, very, very sad. Never say demolition coming. You can't jinx it. Japan have shown chances already. Costa Rica didn't. So this one definitely seems to be closer. However, Japan have shown quite a lot of unluckiness. However, 2-0 in 12 minutes is exactly what Germany need here in the goal differential. Now Sakai again gets it over to Okazaki. Okazaki to Aoyama. Kagawa to Aoyama. Kagawa to Kono. Uchida to Kono. Over to Aoyama to Kagawa. Passing play. Gets it straight over to Aoyama. Aoyama cannot quite get the ball. She seemed clear. However, the German defense was able to get that just about. Germany again with Gundogan. Japan gets the ball back with Shoji. To Honda. Uchida is now another passing play here for Japan with Uchida. It gets it over to Honda. Honda to Kono. Kono gets it over to Uchida on the flank. No one there. Uchida. Can he dribble? Tries to pass it. He cannot quite keep the ball. And Germany gets it now with Hector to Kroos. Gundogan to Schweinsteiger to Muller. And we're back to Germany now. Fully on with Götze. Back to Kahn. Schweinsteiger. Another passing play here for Germany. All going on in defense. Japan not letting too many spaces for quick verticalization. Muller though, he runs. He tries to find Götze, only finds Shoji, who does not actually get the ball. Having to get cleared away, heads it over. That's very close. Shoji's incompetence in grabbing the ball nearly leads to a German goal. However, Götze is not able to volley the ball in the net at an angle. Back to Japan now. 20 minutes in the game. Only 20. Honda to Shoji. To Aoyama. Aoyama to Shoji. Inui. Japan now with their own passing play. Inui to Morishige. Aoyama. Aoyama keeps the ball. Keeps the ball. Aoyama gets it over to Inui on the flank, who cannot quite get a good touch on that. Throwing for Germany. Schweinsteiger. It's back to Germany now with Götze. Gets it over to Kahn. There's no one there. Kahn runs very fast. Gets it over to Ozil. And that's 3-0. And Japan have not even been bad. However, Germany have shown 3 brilliant opportunities and have taken them. Quite a simple pass. The main problem here has been the defense for Japan. It's simply not been great. It's not been great at touching the ball. As you can tell from the opportunity earlier wasted by Götze, it showed Shoji was simply, he was right next to the ball. He was ahead of Götze, but he simply didn't touch the ball. And sadly, the goalkeeper cannot do everything on its own. That's been Japan's problem. The defense has not been up to par with literally anything else. Now Germany have officially tied Spain in goal differential. There's still literally 80 minutes to go though. Morishige to Aoyama. Morishige to Kagawa. Kagawa straight down to Inui. Inui to Kagawa. Kagawa gets it over to Inui successfully. Inui. Can he get it over? Kagawa. Kagawa. Gets it over to Honda. Honda shoots it. Hits a German player. Corner for Japan. As Japan, they still can have a lot of hope, to be fair. They have over 75 minutes of time to get themselves these 3 goals. We now have Honda. Crosses in the middle. Inui does not find it, only finds a German player, Uchida. Uchida gets to that. Uchida gets it down to Kono. Kono to Sakai, does not land. Actually caught off for offside. Quite an obvious offside, that one. Once again, Japan have now been caught off for offside twice. They will not agree with that. However, 25 minutes, half of the first half has passed, and Germany are 3-0 up. Now Götze, this is the ball to Shoji. Morishige to Aoyama. Aoyama. Sakai. Japan tries to get another opportunity going. To Aoyama. To Kono. Kono to Uchida. Uchida to Shoji. Shoji to Aoyama. Aoyama. Aoyama gets it over to Kagawa. Kagawa to Honda. Japan now. Japan. Honda cannot keep the ball. Nearly gets tackled away. But Ozil, he runs past everyone. He runs past everyone. Gets it down. Ozil keeps the ball somehow. Gets it over to Muller. Saved by Kawashima. And it's back to Japan quickly with Inui. Inui gets it straight over to Okazaki. Okazaki, what is Okazaki gonna do? Okazaki cannot keep the ball. Boateng tackles it away. Germany again here with Gundogan. Gundogan to Götze. Ozil to Götze, losing the ball though. Japan now with Honda to Uchida. Uchida gets it over to Honda. Honda barely gets it over to Uchida. To Okazaki, back to Uchida. Japan with the play. Uchida dribbles, gets it over to Inui. Uchida somehow gets it in the nets. That is a goal for Japan. Uchida pretty much does a one-man play, passing it over to Inui. Shoots it straight at Germany, gets back to Uchida, who manages to shoot it, lands, hits something, and then slowly rolls its way in the goal. Very, very confusing goal. However, Uchida single-handedly gets hope in Japanese minds. Inui, as you can tell, hitting the ball, and Uchida hits it back. That could be a deflection. It is, I think it is a deflection from Boateng. Quite unlucky. Let's see if it was. I don't know. I actually do not know if that's a deflection from Boateng. It might be. However, Uchida is credited with that goal. And Japan get one goal back. And it's 3-1 within 32 minutes. Germany again now. With Hummels. It does look like a deflection, but for some angles it doesn't. I don't know. Germany now with Muller. Muller. Gets over to Götze. Götze to Schweinsteiger. Götze, Muller to Gundogan. Gundogan sends it straight over to Ozil. It's headed away somehow. Japan has cleared that safely by simply yeeting the ball at the other player, at the other defender's head, and letting it bounce to the midfield. Kano to Okazaki. Okazaki. Who gets it over? Uchida tries to get it over to Inui. Can he? He can get it over to Inui. Inui gets it down. Simply get yeeted over into a throw-in for Japan. Now, Uchida. Uchida. Okay. It's another throw-in for Japan. Japan. Now full attacking. Kagawa to Okazaki. Okazaki cannot quite. Can he? He can keep the ball. Okazaki, however, barely tackled by Boateng to not allow a shot for Japan there. Very, very close. Japan do keep the ball. Sakai. Aoyama. Sakai. Japan trying to get a passing play going. We're at the 39th. Inui. Okazaki. Okazaki to Inui again. Inui to Honda. Honda, guys, to get it over to Okazaki. He can get it over to Okazaki. Okazaki, can he keep the ball? He can. Tries to pass it down. Only finds German players. Schweinsteiger. Can he keep the ball? He can barely with 3 players surrounding him. Ozil. Gundogan to Ozil. Ozil to Gundogan. Gundogan to Götze. Götze. German attack. Götze gets it over to Ozil. Ozil crossed it in the middle to Müller. Heads it. Japan has to deflect that off for the ball to not risk going in. Corner. Ozil's gonna take it. Goal will be devastating for Japan right now. Ozil sends it down to Schweinsteiger to Ozil again. Ozil crosses it in the middle. Götze! Oh my god! That was nearly a beautiful goal. Cannot quite find the net. Barely off. Absolutely incredible shot by Götze there. 7-3 in the shot game. Kano to Honda now. Okazaki to Kano. Tries to get it over. Not much. Germany again. Inui gets the ball back, however. Kagawa runs straight head first. Finds no one. Inui cannot tackle it back, and it's back to Germany now. With Boateng to Schweinsteiger. To Boateng. To Gundogan. Gundogan to Schweinsteiger. Boateng to Schweinsteiger. Taking it slow with the passing play. Ozil. The first half is pretty much concluded. However, we do have this play now with Götze. Götze heading it down to Müller. Müller loses the ball. Do we call time? The Japanese goalkeeper does not call time. Barely cleared away by the Japanese defense. The goalkeeper does a mad one there. However, Japan have a 45 minutes to get 2 goals, and Germany have 45 minutes to defend. Very close. Germany had 8 shots to 3, 5 on target to 1 on target. However, the possession 51-49. It does not show the full story. Germany have clearly dominated. However, Japan have shown a lot of capability. They have not been able to get shots, though. Barely always headed up by the German defense. Second half now. Uchida. Japan tries to get a play going. They have a lot of time to get a play going. For Germany, this is nowhere near over. Kono. He runs. Gets over to Uchida. Uchida to Okazaki. Okazaki loses the ball. It's back to the German defense with Hector. To Ozil. To Hector. To Schweinsteiger. And now it's back to German building. Götze to Muller to Schweinsteiger. Simple passes. However, quite quick ones. Japan can't quite read them. Muller to Kahn to... No, still Kahn. And then Muller gets tackled, I think. Japan tries to keep it. Loses the ball immediately. It's Schweinsteiger. Muller. Gets it over down to Götze. Götze. Over to Ozil. Attack time. Schweinsteiger. Hector. To Kroos. Hector to Kroos. To Hector to Hummels now. To Kroos. To Schweinsteiger. Götze. Götze. Can he dribble? He can dribble. Can he pass it over to Muller? He can. The Japanese player just blocks Muller enough so that shot doesn't go straight into the net at 1400 miles per hour. We do have a Japanese counter-attack though with Okazaki. Okazaki cannot quite keep it. Germany back on the ball. Ozil gets it over. Götze. Götze completely free. Götze. Can he dribble? He keeps the ball. Gets it over to Gundogan. Gundogan shoots it barely. The tackle from the Japanese defender hits the head. But we keep Japan alive in the second half with that incredibly close save from the defender, hitting literally the tiniest bit top of the head. Ozil now sends it straight over. Only 5 Japanese players. Still lands in Gundogan though. Muller tries to get it over. Götze. Simple clearance for the Japanese goalkeeper. Now Japan again. Okazaki to Aoyama. Aoyama to Kono. Kono to Shoji. Shoji. Honda now to Uchida. Uchida to Honda. Honda to Okazaki. Okazaki to Kagawa. Kagawa tries to get it over to Inui. Can he get it over to Inui? Neuer simply eats that away. Still to Japan. Aoyama to Sakai. Sakai. It's over to Kagawa. Kagawa. Kagawa gets it over to Sakai. Sakai. Japanese opportunity. Sakai tries to get it past the German defender. Gets it over to Inui successfully. Gets it over to Honda. Honda! 3-2. This game is officially on. Japan somehow gets a quite impressive passing play going. Lands on Honda. Honda shoots it. Neuer's on the other side of the goal, so he cannot dive. Simple. Runs past 3 players. Gets it down. Inui. Inui gets over. Passes it back. Honda shoots it at the bottom right corner. Neuer not fast enough to react. Now we have ourselves a game. Germany have slowed down a lot. I mean, they had themselves opportunities, but they've not been quite able to concretize on them nearly as well. Japanese defense has stepped up their game massively from the first 20 minutes. But the German defense really hasn't. Now have Ozil for Germany. Götze losing the ball. It's Japan again. There's over 30 minutes of time here for anything to happen. Sakai, Inui, to Kagawa. Tries to get it over to Sakai. Succeeds. Sakai can dribble. Sakai keeps the ball. Kagawa. Kagawa gets it over to Sakai. Sakai to Okazaki. 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 He keeps the ball. Okazaki gets it over to Honda. Does not quite get the ball. Japan nearly tied it up immediately. Not quite. Germany keeping it now. Hector. Schweinsteiger gets it over to Götze. Götze to Muller. Muller. Kahn. Kahn to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger deflected. It's Japan again. Aoyama. Aoyama cannot keep the ball. Germany again now with Götze. Kahn. All they need is possession. Götze now. Götze gets it over to Kahn. Got tackled away by Kagawa. Back to the goalkeeper. Kawashima clears it over to Okazaki. Okazaki, can he keep it? He can't. He can actually. It's Honda. Honda to Inoue. Inoue gets out to Kazaki. Saved by Neuer. Not even sure if that was heading in. However, Neuer gets a save. Aoyama tries to head it over. German defense has got the ball. Japan with many opportunities. Kroos to Ozil. Germany have been playing laid back. Japan have been playing super attacking because they need to. Honda tackles in an interesting position. Honda to Okazaki. Okazaki cannot keep the ball. He tackles it away. Okazaki saved by Neuer. The German defense has got it again. Back here, Shoji keeps the ball. Passes it over to Okazaki. Back to the German defense with Gundogan. Loses the ball. Kono to Kagawa. Kagawa to Okazaki. Okazaki shoots. Neuer once again. Now Muller loses the ball. Inoue. Inoue to Okazaki. Okazaki misses. Japan so close. Has just about missed the net this time. Germany not able to start anything. Japan immediately tackles everything they do now. Neuer to Schweinsteiger to Muller to Boateng. 20 minutes. Kroos to Boateng. Boateng right over to Gundogan. Gundogan to Götze. Götze loses the ball. Sakai to Aoyama. Aoyama to Inoue. Inoue runs with it. Tries to get it over. Only finds Can he lose the ball? Nearly loses the ball there. To Okazaki. Gundogan nearly gets tackled away. The Japanese are truly pressing. Schweinsteiger tries to get it over to Muller. Muller gets tackled away with Inoue. Germany do not get a double attack going. Japan rebuilds from behind with Honda. Kono to Kagawa. Kagawa to Okazaki. Okazaki gets it over to Inoue. Cannot quite find Inoue. German defense now with Kahn. Gets it over to Muller. Muller to Schweinsteiger. To Muller. Muller to Schweinsteiger. Gets it over to Kahn. To Schweinsteiger. Kahn to Muller. Muller to Schweinsteiger. Gets it over to Kahn, who cannot head it to anyone. Back to Japan in from behind with Sakai to Aoyama. To Inoue. Inoue to Kagawa. Kagawa runs over. Finds Aoyama on the flank. There's no one with Aoyama on the flank. Aoyama gets tackled away. Schweinsteiger and Muller now. Time's running out. 15 minutes remain. Japan cannot quite keep the ball. Oh, foul. Foul. Japan have themselves a free kick. Very interesting. Again, that being a foul is incredibly questionable. Roy centers in for Gundogan. Aoyama now for Japan. Gets it back over to Sakai on the flanks. Sakai keeps the ball. Sakai cannot quite get a good touch on that. Back to the German defense. Muller to Hummels. Hummels eats it straight over to Götze. Götze finds Royce. Royce counter-attack for Germany. Royce loses the ball. And then Japan again. Honda to Kagawa. To Uchida. Uchida gets it over to Honda. Honda on the flank. Honda gets over to Uchida. Uchida gets over to Okazaki. Okazaki sends it over. Inoue. Inoue shoots. Easy save from Neuer. Germany. Muller. 11 minutes remain. Germany needs to survive for only these 11 minutes. Royce. You know, we have Royce. To Götze. To Muller. Muller. To Royce. To Muller. Muller. Can he keep the ball? Muller. Sends it over to Royce. Kahn now. Schweinsteiger. Germany gets it over to Götze. Götze. Easy save from Kawashima. 9 minutes. Actually 8 minutes for Japan. Honda now. Honda. Dead tired Honda. Run out of gas. It's a Honda. Can he get it over to Cheetah? No, he can't. It's back to Germany. Royce to Muller. Muller. It's now Royce Kahn to Schweinsteiger. Germany is playing a very good possession game, which they really do need to. Schweinsteiger to Kahn. Kahn gets it over to Müller. Müller. Attack for Germany. Müller. He tries to pass it. Japan manages to tackle it. Kagawa tries to get whatever he can with his energy. Kagawa. Can he get it over to Sakai? Yes, he can. Sakai tries to run. Cannot. Sakai does not get fouled. Germany now. Schweinsteiger to Kroos. Kroos to Royce. To Ozil. Hector to Ozil. Ozil to Hector. Hector to Royce. 4 minutes remain. And it's straight over to Müller. Müller! And that's the kill. Japan have tried so much, but they were found too tired at the end. And Müller finds the 4-2 for Germany. Very, very, very close for Japan. Müller does pretty much finish the deal. We're not over yet, but at this point you might as well be. Simple pass over to Müller. The defenders, they simply do not have the energy. Great shot from Müller, to be fair. Incredible speed. To the right. No real chance there for Kawashima. And Germany are leading 4-2. 2 substitutions for Japan here, as they try to get something within the last 3 minutes. Aoyama to Okazaki. Okazaki to Kiyotake. Kiyotake cannot quite find anything. Hector. Hummels. The Schweinsteiger. They lose the ball. Honda. Completely dead. Pass it over to Okazaki. Cannot quite get the ball. Royce. Royce, can he keep the ball? No. Hummels. 1 minute remain. Kroos to Schweinsteiger. To Kroos to Hector. Germany are keeping that one possession they need. It's about to be the 90th minute. We're about to call it days. We only have 1 extra minute. Götze. Götze loses the ball at the end here. Morishige. Whenever we call 91st, we're done. We are done. We're at the 91st. What can Japan do here just to absolutely call it days here with Inui? Inui cannot keep the ball. And Germany wins. Performance of a warrior from Japan. Has done everything they possibly could in their power. But Neuer was found and kept Germany alive throughout the entirety of the second half. And Germany win 4-2. They'll be second in the group, behind Spain by 1 goal. We check here. Götze, man of the match. He scored twice. In case you're wondering about the details, this is all the goals that were scored. Substitutions. These were the substitutions. They already checked the ratings. So, if you ask me, that I would like to check if we see a potential. Well, I would like to still check if it was a Gundogan own goal there. It is still something that we have to find out. It gives off deflection vibes. It really does, doesn't it? Yeah, I call it deflection personally. I call it a Gundogan own goal. If you want to check the ratings, well, here they are. Oh yeah, Boateng. Fuck, I'm dumb. Okay. Yeah. So, if you asked me, that was a very, very good set of matches we just had. We had Spain absolutely dominating. We had Germany starting off with absolute domination, and then Japan nearly defeating the Mongol Empire. That is Germany, with the boat known as Uchiwa. However, they were not successful. Germany do win 4-2. What was that analogy? Okay, you know what, that that analogy was incredibly dumb, and I think that's my cue to leave. Thanks for watching, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow.